Today's question of the day: if you had the power, the influence to change something in the upcoming 6th generation of Pokemon games, what would that be? Let me know in the comment section. This is gonna be a match against Duke, and wanna thank the following player here for requesting me to use this team to leave such a comment. And I made this team and let's have some fun. I was kind of surprised by the results he got, but then I actually realized it's against underuse, and these pokes were actually underused. Tier change, some of the Pokemon gone up to OU, so we have 3 OU now and 3 underuse, so it's a bit of a bummer, but let's get this game rolling, shall we? Seeing the Politoed, I know it's a rain based team, so I'm gonna decide to lead off with Jolteon right in the start, having that type advantage. As long as he's not Scarf, he is not that big of a threat against me. He's not gonna scare me with like an Oko move Hydro Pump, but he decides to switch out, gives me thinking maybe he's running lefties or specs. Now judging by the MBZ statistic, Hydro Pump in rain actually combined with specs does more than specs Draco from Latios, so that is quite handy to know. Yeah, I'm just gonna Volt Switch away against Pharaoh, and this is the problem in OU, Ferrothorn. If my Heracross goes down, my team cannot handle a Pharaoh. He can start stalling me with Lead Seed, Toxic, Protect. It all kind of depends what moveset he's running, but I see the Protect kind of gives me thinking maybe he's running Toxic or Lead Seed. Whatever the case, he was scouting me to be chosen and to lock myself into a certain move, but I actually revealed to him I'm running a substitute, and I don't know if a Smogon has a sub Hera, which would make sense, but I believe there is a substitute Hera. It's been a long time when I last checked this guy, but most of them run choice, and people tend to predict that, so he's gonna go to his Dragonite. But unfortunately on his side I do tend to run Stone Edge, and I do get a crit. Knowing that Dragonite's bulk is pretty immense, I know that crit definitely mattered even after breaking the multi-scale. Yeah, that crit was definitely big, because he would have break my sub and that would have been, you know, still Dragonite alive, and who knows what would have happened later on. But that didn't happen. Scizor is going to be forced to go for the Bullet Punch just to break my sub. Who knows, maybe I'm gonna get a close combat crit, so he didn't want to play with luck. Who knows what can happen, and he's just gonna break my sub. Now I know he is locked into it, because majority of Scizors, you know, are locked. He's not Life Orb, he's not Leftovers, so he's definitely choice banded. Gonna decide to go to max defensive Suicune to sponge that move like a Suicune does, and he's gonna decide to switch out his Politoed to get, well, the rain is already up there, so I guess he was predicting the Scald, knowing that if Pharaoh comes in here, yes, he can sponge it easily, but rain is still up and there is a big chance to burn, 30% chance to burn. Maybe I'm gonna get it, but you know, he was just playing it safe. Who knows, maybe I'm gonna get a burn. He doesn't want to risk it. But now I see the Politoed in here, and I'm just gonna decide to go to Chansey. Chansey is gonna take that move like it's literally nothing with the Evilite support. He's gonna decide to switch out. I guess he was predicting me to switch out to Suicune in that turn, Hidden Power Grass or Electric. I'm kind of thinking it's Grass for those Gastrodons that are kind of a pain to deal with in OU. I know, but yeah, he's kind of Sword Dance. And you know, Haxorus with Sword Dance, big wall breaker. I'm just gonna go for the T-Wave, and he does run Lump, but I T-Wave again, so I'm still gonna be faster now. He doesn't run Dragon Dance, plus I can handle him if he runs Dragon Dance, as long as he is paralyzed. Didn't want to switch out because he still packs a punch against my pokes. And Chansey, checking out his team, Ferrothorn can have this Chansey as a little bait to get his HP back a little bit faster, and I don't know, this Chansey is really not gonna work against his pokes all that well, so I'm just gonna decide to stay in here to be a Deathfire, hoping he's gonna get a 2-turn confusion with the help of Outrage, and luckily, to my surprise, to my luck, he actually does get the 2-turn instead of 3, which is going to be the perfect opportunity to go to Hera, you know, to hope him get the paralyze or the confusion hit, but he's not going to risk it, knowing that I do run sub. It's a bit too risky, so I'm going to decide to go for it just to see what kind of switches can do. There can be Vaporeon coming in, there can be Scizor coming in, who knows. lots of things can come in here, but he's gonna decide to go to Politoed. You know, a wise decision, knowing that Politoed is running at max HP, may as well go to it. But now I see that he didn't outspeed my Jolly Heracross, giving me knowing he is definitely not Scarf, and that's excellent to know. So he's gonna decide to switch out to Vaporeon. Yeah, you know, a bit of a mind play. If I would have gone for a sub here, that would have been bit of a problem for him, but he still has Pokemon that can definitely deal with this Heracross later on. But one Pokemon is definitely gonna go down, so that is the threat of a substitute. It tends to bring you one kill or maybe even a sweep. It all kind of depends what kind of set you're running, what kind of stats the Pokemon has, and what kind of Pokemon you still need to deal with. But substitute is definitely a deadly threat on pokes that tend to be choiced, like a Metachan. Yes, so Vaporeon, to my surprise, close combat was enough to 2-hit kill. I'm guessing he runs the rest Dream World ability with Rain up there that can easily heal him from the status. But yeah, close combat do its toll on the Vaporeon, taking it out. He should have just sacrificed his Politoed. I see Vaporeon being a bigger threat than his Politoed, but you know what's done is done. He did pursue, predict me to switch out. Bit of a deadly move on my side. Because it nearly took me out, and that was a pain because Hera is like the only Pokemon that can deal with his Ferrothorn. Like I said, this team was requested, this team was used back in the days where this Pokemon were mainly underused, and you know, he was using them on PO. So I guess there was no Pharaoh in there, so I can't understand, but now we have a Pharaoh to deal with, so it's a bit of a pain. But I'm just gonna Nightshade, you know, with a burn on Scizor. His pursuit aren't really doing much, and this guy predicted me to switch out again to Suicune or maybe something else. I guess he should have just Hydro Pump. In total respect, I'm pretty sure Hydro Pump should do more than any super effective hidden power does, you know, when it comes down to only being 2 times effective. I'm pretty sure Hydro Pump does more to Suicune under Rain than hidden power Electric does, or Grass, or whatever he's running. I'm gonna try to fast forward this little part here a little bit stally. You know, Ferrothorn doing stall. I cannot switch out because I'm a little bit scared if I go to Jolteon, I'm still gonna fail to take him out, and he can still be a pain against me with Protect, and who knows what can happen. So I'm just gonna decide to stay in here until he takes me out. He's still not standing at full HP, so that can be a little bit beneficial. So I'm gonna go to my Heracross and just go for that close combat. Hopefully it may be enough, but you know, Pharaoh is a bulky poke, and it's gonna prove here because it's gonna take my move, super effective stab move. Being that I'm Jolly, I lack attack now, I see, but still Jolly, who knows when it can actually come in handy against those pokes that do tend to outspeed an adamant one. Yes, but you know, that was enough, and his ability is gonna take me out, but now he's gonna Protect, and here is where stuff get a little bit dangerous. If he's gonna survive with a Protect leftover support, if he's gonna survive this incoming Earthquake, I'm running max attack, which can prove to be useful. And yes, it is very useful in this match, because if that would have not taken him out, I don't know what would have happened. If he would have gone for another Protect, but I guess he was underestimating or thinking this is a more defensive EV spread, yes, it was enough. Who knows what would have happened, but the game would have been a pain to deal with. Paralyzed, Haxorus, lack speed, and I'm gonna Earthquake and take him out. So that was the game for today, guys. Hope you have enjoyed. Again, thanks to the player for requesting me to use his team. His link will be located in the description if his channel is still not disabled. I don't know why, but whatever. Till next time, take care.